The people have spoken. Here to share the importance of good reviews is Eric Bryan. He is the owner of the #1 air conditioning company in Arizona. I love saying that.
I love to hear it.
And for the last 5 years, 5 years in a row, your company has ranked #1 among customers. Not you, not by the competitors, customers voted you #1. Why is that so important, that customers are willing to give you a great review?
Well, the first key to that, #1, is providing a service that they can, be satisfied with, if they're even willing to do that. But, it took us 25 years to get to that status, right, where we're voted the #1 in the state, and it's probably one of my most proud moments when that happened, right? Because that was the goal to get there. But one of the things that we do, and I think a lot of companies probably should do more of this, is, you really don't get what you don't ask for, right? And, a lot of people might perceive asking your existing customers for a positive review or for a review in general would be almost misplaced or could be perceived as dishonest or unethical, and I just don't see it that way. We live in a world of online reviews now. Everything changes as time goes on, and your business has got to evolve and change, right? 15 years ago, we didn't get reviews from customers. All you got was a phone call to the office, maybe, or a phone call to the Better Business Bureau or something. But now that the internet has so prolifically, invaded everybody's space as far as things go, getting positive or negative reviews is part of our network now. So the only way you're going to typically get the good reviews is to ask for them, right? Because people just in general aren't as inclined to go tell somebody that they had great service for whatever reason,
Because word of mouth is important too.
Right, it's extremely important. But people are always inclined to go on and tell everybody that they had a bad experience, right? And so if you sit back as an owner of a company and you're in the service industry where reviews and things like that have an impact on your overall business, you would be almost irresponsible and not asking for the majority of your customers that are happy to tell somebody so. Because, I know that on our end, do we have 100% happy customers? No, nobody does. Do we make mistakes from time to time? Yes, we do. It's what we do to correct those mistakes, right? So I know that 95% of the time, our customers are more than satisfied with our service. I live in a world where I'm always managing that extra 5%, the unhappy people or whatever, right?
Well, how do you suggest that? Because as an owner, you go online, you just talked about that online beast of reviews.
Sure.
You go online, you find a review that you don't like, the feedback, is not in your favor. How do you suggest owners kind of sway the opinion of that customer? Or do you suggest they respond at all?
Well, I would tell you that it would be very irresponsible to not respond. I think whether or not the customer complaining or providing the review was accurate or inaccurate, I think the company needs to respond to that, whether or not the person that's writing the review, whether those facts are correct or not, or even if they are correct and you screwed the pooch on that call, right? I think it's responsible for you as a company to go, you know what, Mr. and Mrs. Johnson, you're completely correct. We definitely didn't handle that one the way we train our technicians to. It's not something that's a regular from us, but it happened, right? And we didn't perform the way we would like to. All the reviews, positive or negative, we respond to those, and I think every owner should.
I bet you get a customer for life if you have the courage to say, you know what, we screwed up.
You know what's funny about that? That's very true. Some of the best customers we've ever earned started with a complaint or started with something that they weren't happy about. And to me, that's where you get to shine as a company. That's where you really get to distinctively separate yourself from the competition in those kind of moments. Leaders are born in the realm of chaos, right? That's where people separate themselves, and when you have a problem in front of you, you have a customer that's irritated, you got an opportunity to make them happy. You got an opportunity to change that mindset. And because so many companies don't, when that does happen, the customer is wowed. They're like, oh my gosh, they actually care enough to make this right for me. You know what I mean? And I think, bad reviews definitely have to be responded to, but it's also a great opportunity for you to shine as an organization.
Turn a negative into a positive and get a customer for life.
Absolutely.